From ancient volcanic towers to alien-like stone fortresses, the world hides mountains stranger than fiction. Today we count down 5 of the weirdest peaks on Earth, and our number 1 might justify gravity itself. Number 1. Mount Kailash. In the remote expanse of the Tibetan Plateau, there rises a peak so flawless, so immaculately shaped, that it seems less the product of geology than of divine architecture. This is Mount Kailash, a mountain that commands awe not through height alone, but through symmetry, solitude, and sanctity. At 6,638 m, Kailash is far from the tallest in the Himalayas, yet its 4 sheer faces converge into a near-perfect pyramid, their ridgelines aligned almost exactly with the cardinal directions. Composed of ancient metamorphic rock thrust upward by the colossal collision of the Indian and Eurasian tectonic plates, its form has resisted the erosion that gnawed away at neighboring peaks. To this day, geologists marvel at how time and weather have left it so sharply defined, as though untouched by the chaos that shaped the rest of the range. For much of humanity, Kailash is more than stone. It is the cosmic axis, the sacred center of the world. In Hinduism, it is the abode of Lord Shiva. In Buddhism, the home of the Buddha Demshok. In Jainism, the site where the first Tirthankara attained liberation. And in the Bon tradition, the seat of spiritual power. Legends describe its summit as a place no mortal may tread, and for centuries, that decree has been honored. No recorded human has ever reached its peak. Accessing Kailash is no casual endeavor. Pilgrims and travelers journey to the small settlement of Darchen, from which begins the Kora, a 52-kilometer circuit around the base of the mountain, completed on foot over high-altitude passes and across windswept valleys. For the devout, one circuit can cleanse a lifetime of sins, 100 can lead to enlightenment. Foreign visitors too walk the same path, moved by the silence, the thin air, and the sight of the peak's white slopes gleaming against an unbroken blue sky. From above, in a sweeping Google Earth 3D perspective, Mount Kailash rises as a solitary, gleaming white pyramid encircled by sapphire lakes and barren golden plateaus. It is a vision both earthly and otherworldly, the perfect final summit in our journey through the world's strangest mountains. Number 2. Zhangjiajie Pillar Peaks. In the mist-veiled highlands of China's Hunan province, a forest of stone rises from the earth, slender pillars towering hundreds of meters, their summits crowned with green. These are the Zhangjiajie Pillar Peaks, a landscape so surreal it inspired the floating mountains of cinema, yet every curve and crevice here is the work of time itself. Within Zhangjiajie National Forest Park, more than 3,000 of these quartz sandstone spires pierce the sky, the tallest soaring over 200 m. They stand like the weathered ruins of an ancient city, their narrow profiles the result of millions of years of physical erosion. Seasonal temperature shifts fractured the stone, while plant roots, prying into cracks, hasten their separation from the surrounding cliffs. Rain, wind, and frost finish the sculpture, leaving pillars so sheer they seem to rise without support. In local Tujia and Miao folklore, these peaks are not mere geology but living guardians, petrified warriors who watch over the valleys. Some spires bear poetic names, such as the Southern Sky Column, which, after its cinematic counterpart, was officially renamed Avatar Hallelujah Mountain. The area's otherworldly atmosphere has earned it UNESCO World Heritage status, preserving its natural artistry for generations to come. Visitors experience the pillars from every angle. Cable cars glide between cliffs, glass-bottomed skywalks stretch over empty air, and narrow trails wind into shaded ravines. The changing light transforms the stone, painting it in hues of gold at dawn and silver at dusk. In the low morning clouds, the pillars appear to drift just as they did on the big screen. From above, a Google Earth 3D pass reveals a jagged labyrinth of vertical towers, each crowned with tufts of ancient forest jutting like the teeth of some colossal sleeping creature. And yet, our final mountain will rise higher still, its perfection shaped not by erosion but by reverence. Number 3. Mount Erebus. In the frozen heart of Antarctica, where the world feels stripped to its rawest elements, a mountain burns. Against a continent of ice and silence, Mount Erebus stands as a paradox, its summit crowned not in snow alone, but in fire. Rising 3,794 m above Ross Island, Erebus is the southernmost active volcano on Earth, a sentinel of black rock and ice dominating the surrounding polar expanse. Its flanks are built from layers of hardened faunolite lava, sculpted over hundreds of thousands of years by relentless eruptions. Yet it is the summit that holds its most striking feature, a molten lava lake glowing like a heartbeat in the cold, one of only a handful known to exist anywhere on the planet. The mountain's name was given in 1841 by British explorer Sir James Clark Ross, who honored one of his expedition ships, itself named after the Greek god of primordial darkness. It is a fitting title, for in a place where temperatures plummet far below freezing, the volcano's fiery depths seem to open a portal to another world. Erebus is also a natural observatory for scientists, offering a rare window into the deep earth beneath the most remote environment on the planet. For most visitors, Mount Erebus is a distant spectacle. Cruise ships skirt the coast of Ross Island, granting fleeting glimpses of its smoking peak through the Antarctic haze. A handful of research teams, braving katabatic winds and weeks of isolation, set foot on its icy slopes to study its secrets. There are no trails for the casual adventurer here, only the vast and forbidding white. From above, in a sweeping Google Earth 3D pass, Erebus emerges as a black crown set in a kingdom of ice, its plume of steam curling into the polar sky. It is a place where fire defies frost, and the next mountain in our journey will bend stone itself into shapes that seem born of a dream. Number 4. Vinicunca, Rainbow Mountain. In the heart of the Peruvian Andes lies a summit that looks as though the earth itself has been painted by hand, its slopes streaked in vivid ribbons of red, gold, green, and blue. This is Vinicunca, the Rainbow Mountain, a geological masterpiece that seems almost too surreal to be real. Situated in the Cusco region at a staggering 5,200 m above sea level, Vinicunca towers above a high-altitude plateau swept by cold winds and thin air. From base to summit, it reveals a natural palette created not by human artistry but by deep time and mineral alchemy. Each hue tells a story: iron oxide for red, weathered copper for turquoise, sulfur for yellow. Together, they form a landscape unlike any other in the Andes. Its birth is a recent chapter in geological history. For thousands of years, Vinicunca was hidden beneath a thick blanket of ice and snow. Only in the past century, due to gradual glacial retreat, did the mountain's striped flanks emerge, revealing this otherworldly panorama to human eyes. The Quechua people soon wove it into their cultural tapestry, regarding it as a sacred apua, or spirit guardian, believed to bless the land with fertility and protect those who honor it. Today, Vinicunca draws trekkers from across the globe, though reaching it is not without challenge. Most begin their journey in Cusco, embarking on a strenuous hike that winds through thin air passes, past herds of alpaca, and across rolling highland meadows. The reward is a view so striking it feels almost dreamlike, yet the harsh altitude reminds visitors that this beauty demands respect. From above, in a Google Earth 3D suite, Vinicunca unfurls like a colossal woven tapestry, its sinuous bands of color rippling across the plateau. It is both a painting and a mountain, a creation of nature so improbable it could be mistaken for art. And our next destination will take that sense of the surreal even further. Number 5. Mount Roraima. Like the prow of a forgotten stone ship, Mount Roraima rises from the emerald ocean of the Amazon, its vertical cliffs vanishing into the mist. It is a mountain that does not blend into its surroundings. It confronts them, an island of rock adrift in a sea of green. Perched at 2,810 m above sea level and straddling the borders of Venezuela, Brazil, and Guyana, this colossal tabletop stretches over 34 square kilometers, its sheer walls reaching up to 400 m high. Composed primarily of ancient quartzite, the rock here is estimated to be nearly 2 billion years old, making it one of the oldest exposed geological formations on Earth. Mount Roraima's story began in the Precambrian era, when sand and silt compacted into stone, only to be lifted by tectonic shifts and then worn into a near-perfect plateau by relentless wind and rain. Over eons, erosion carved the cliffs so steep that the summit became isolated from the surrounding lowlands, allowing unique plants and animals to evolve in seclusion, some found nowhere else on the planet. For the Pemon and Kapon peoples, Roraima is far more than stone. Their legends speak of it as the stump of a mighty world tree, once stretching into the heavens, felled in an age before memory. To climb its summit is to walk in the footsteps of myth. Today, the mountain lies within Canaima National Park, a UNESCO World Heritage Site, its beauty safeguarded for generations. Reaching the top is no casual excursion. Most travelers begin in the Venezuelan village of Paratapi, trekking for days through open savanna and river crossings before ascending the cliff via a natural ramp. The journey is arduous, yet standing on the plateau above clouds that drift like tides feels like stepping onto another planet. From above, in Google Earth's 3D view, Mount Roraima appears as a vast geometric monolith, its edges slicing cleanly through the rainforest canopy, a fortress of stone suspended in time and just the beginning of our journey into Earth's strangest mountains.